Hey Luke, I'm Michael. I figured I would go ahead and make a response video as opposed to trying to type something up because I know I'm going to ramble a little bit because I have a lot to say about this topic, and I figured it would be easier to, listen to what I have to say and kind of absorb all of it if you weren't trying to read a gigantic wall of text. Um, and also, of course, when you're getting into a situation where you're talking about speaking voice and singing voice, it's probably a little bit better to hear what I sound like. Um, so I started testosterone in November of 2009, and I've been on and off it. I was on it pretty consistently for probably a year and a half, and have been pretty on and off it in the next 2 years. But I sang a lot and played guitar before starting T. I wrote a little bit of my own music. Mostly I did covers. Um, I can actually, if you look on the other videos on my channel, there's at least one, and I'll link to my other old channel. It's my non-transition channel, and it has some more um, videos that I did of me singing pre-T. Um, and I was really proud of my voice. I did a lot of singing. It was something that was really important to me. I could hit a lot of, you know, pretty impressive notes. Um, and when I started T, when my voice started to change, like you, I was thrilled with how much it dropped, how quickly it dropped. But I did lose those notes. And I, I realized that the sort of voices that I valued, the sort of singing voices, as much as there were male singers who I thought were really great, I had put a lot of importance in, I was never a soprano. I was always more of an alto, but still those just like those notes that not everybody can hit. I was, I was very proud of myself for being able to hit some of those notes. And so I think I had to relearn what was special about my voice because my voice did change. And I think that's something that you have to do, whether it's getting used to your new speaking voice or singing voice. You really have to relearn your voice and relearn how to use it in the best ways, especially with singing. You have to figure out what. I know for a long time, and this is something I've heard a lot of other guys talk about as well. You Before T, you kind of think a note and then you sing it. And there's a space when you first started T where you think a note and then you try and sing it and it comes out as a completely different note. And what that is just really having to relearn how your voice works and where everything is situated. So I think that's definitely part of it. That's can take a while, and so it's something that I would definitely suggest you put as much work into as you can. Um, Also, just you know, I guess when you're looking for songs to sing along with and stuff like that, you've probably you have some subconscious ideas of like what you should be singing along with based on your voice and based on knowing your voice. And so you may have to start looking elsewhere. Um, I know that I used to sing along to Rent a lot, um, specifically Mark's part. Um, and some of those notes, I can't hit those anymore. And yeah, that's disappointing for me. But now I can hit some of Colin's notes that I couldn't hit before. That may mean nothing to you. I don't know if you're a Rent fan, but I think like I said, to me, those higher notes were more impressive. But I sort of realized, maybe you can get those notes back, and maybe now they're going to be in falsetto instead. But maybe you can't get them back, and I think that's something. It's a mourning almost. You've lost notes that you used to be able to sing, that you used to probably be pretty proud of, and you may not be able to sing them ever again, and that sucks. That sucks a lot. Um, and that's definitely something that I had to get used to. And for a while, I didn't really like to sing because I felt like the notes I had left were, you know, the notes that, okay, yeah, most people can sing them. I'm not impressive anymore. I'm nothing special. And that's actually not true. My voice didn't get less special. It just changed. Um, and so, I mean, I've never heard of somebody who was willing to put in the effort to relearn their voice for whom it just didn't work out and they couldn't sing anymore. I've heard of a very, very small number of guys having their voices just drop tremendously to the point that they really just did not even know what to do with them anymore. Um, but that was never from the point of view of somebody wanting to sing. It was always a point of view of just speaking voice and just learning how to use a completely different voice. But from the guys that I've heard from who are concerned about keeping their singing voice, it's just a matter of it's just like any cis guy who goes through puberty. Like you have a new voice now, and you're gonna have to relearn how to use it, relearn everything about it. And so yeah, it probably is gonna seem sometimes like it's just completely useless to try, and that you have lost your singing voice. But I would definitely say never, ever, ever give up on it, because I really don't think that there's any chance of you losing your singing voice forever. Um, it's just going to be a lot of work. But obviously, it's something that you care very deeply about. And so, you know, I have no doubt that you are capable of doing the work necessary to be just as proud of your voice as you were before you started T. So, those are my thoughts about that. Hopefully, that was helpful. Um, Bye.